Welcome back to Chapter 4, Buying and Selling. This is Chapter 4 of Business Mathematics, ABM Senior High School. In this lesson, I will show you how to obtain the final sale price of a product that went through a series of markups and markdowns. Let us go back to how we are setting the retail price. The retail price is equal to cost plus the markup. This is the markup, and it is equal to the markup rate times the cost. Now, we can tweak this equation because cost is a common factor. We can factor it out, and this is the result. Okay? So retail price is equal to 1 plus the markup rate times the cost. Whenever we are marking up the price of a product, we are multiplying a real number that is greater than 1 to the cost. Okay? To the cost or to the base price. Now, how about when we want to produce the sale price? So the sale price is equal to the retail price minus the markdown. And the markdown is equal to the markdown rate times the retail price. Now let us tweak this equation because the retail price here is a common factor. We can factor it out, and this is the result. Now compare the two, the retail price and the sale price. So when we are setting a new retail price, we multiply, our multiplier is greater than 1. But when we are computing for the sale price, our multiplier is a real number that is less than 1. Okay? So this is less than 1 because this is 1 minus the markdown rate. And so when we have a series of markups and markdowns, okay, the price of the goods, of the products that will appear in the sequence is what we call the base price. Okay? And you will know how to get the final sale price and what I mean by the base price when we go to the next example. Example 3.4, final sale price after a series of markups and markdowns. It cost a shop 2,400 pesos to acquire a product. Find the final sale price if the product was marked up by 20%, then marked down by 33%, subsequently marked up by 10%, and finally marked down by 50% during the holiday season. So something like this can happen to a product. Okay, let's say, for example, you acquire a pair of shoes during the first months of the year, let's say January, okay, and it costs you 2,400 pesos to obtain that pair of shoes. So you will now set the retail price, and you may have to do that by giving it a markup rate of 20%. Now, along the way, within that year, this can happen. You might decide to give it a markdown of 33%. Maybe you want to improve your sales. Okay? And then along the way, this can happen. You can give it a markup of 10%. And maybe close to the Christmas holidays, you may want to give it a markdown again of 50%. So something like this can happen to a product within a year. It will go through a series of markups and markdowns. So what's going to be the final sale price? Okay? I'm going to show you a tabular solution. I will show the solution in tabular form, okay? So something like this takes place in this series of markups and markdowns. This is the initial price or the base price, that is the cost. You gave it a markup of 20%, okay? And so just like what I said earlier, to produce the retail price, you will multiply it by a multiplier that is 1.2, 1 plus the markup rate. And this is the result. So this now is going to be the new base price in the next stage of the markdown. Okay? This is it. So this is the new retail price or the new base price. And then you gave it a markdown of 0.33. Now, whenever you have a markdown, you will multiply the base price by 1 minus the markdown rate. So this is our multiplier. Again, look at it. When we are marking down, our multiplier is 1 minus the markdown rate. But when we are marking up, our multiplier is 1 plus the markup rate. And so 0.67 times 2,880 is equal to this. So this is the sale price after giving the product a markdown of 33%. Okay? This is now our new base price. You decide to give it a markup of 10%. So our multiplier is going to be 1 plus 0.10 or 1.10. 1.10 times 1,929.6 is equal to this. Now this is going to be our next base price when we give it a markdown. Okay? And so finally, we decide to give it a markdown rate of 50%. So our multiplier is going to be 1 minus 0.5, which is 0.5. And so our final sale price close to the holiday season is going to be 0.5 times 2,122.56, which is this, 1,061.28. Now, I don't expect you to write your solution in this way. I did this to show you what is taking place in a series of markups and markdowns. We have a shorter solution to get the final sale price, and this is the shorter solution. So this is the initial base price, the cost. You gave it a markup of 20%, so you will multiply it by 1.20, and then you gave it a markdown rate or a markdown of 33%. So you will multiply it by 1 minus 0.33, which is equal to this, 0.67. And then along the way, you gave it a markup of 10%. So you will multiply this by 1.10, 1 plus the markup rate. And then close to the holiday season, you decide to give it again a markdown of 50%. And 1 minus 50% or 1 minus 0.5 is equal to 0.5. And so when you get the product of this, it is equal to this. Okay? So this is how you get the final sale price of a product that went through a series of markups and markdowns.